straight white men are weird right now. To be more specific, it's like the one American demographic that holds the most positions of power, has held 46 of the 47 presidencies, and has never had to fight for their right to vote, marry, adopt, be considered human, or exist, are successfully being convinced that they are the oppressed ones. People who not too long ago wouldn't stop talking about how women, people of color, and the LGBTQIA+ community love to play the victim. Have you talked to any of them? They don't want to be the victim, and they're not playing. Between things like overturning Roe v. Wade and repealing civil rights era protections for people of color, and the origins of the criminal justice system, and rounding up people because they're brown, and don't say gay laws, and allowing doctors to refuse medical attention to people because of their gender identity, you're doing a pretty good job of making them the victims. If you want them to stop playing the victim, offer them a different role. You know who probably is playing the victim though? The people who have to make up an entire genocide to justify letting more white people into the country while refusing every other race. Or the people who invented the term DEI hire to make themselves feel better when they're not as smart or successful as somebody from a race that they think is inferior. Yeah, straight white men are weird right now. But then again, they've always been weird. I say this as a straight white man myself. We have always been weird. And I don't mean like a Weird Al weird, I mean like a Kid Rock weird. If only we all could be weird like Al. There's just something within straight white men that just throws them off whenever they see something out of the heteroordinary. I know it's heteronormative, but I just really wanted to say heteroordinary. And I witnessed perhaps the most textbook example of this last Halloween. You see, I work for a company with a lot of employees, and one of my friends that I work with threw a big Halloween party for all of us at a club. We employ a very diverse group of people, a great mix of different races, identities, and orientations. As such, while everyone was dancing, we were all summoned to the stage to witness what turned out to be a surprise drag performance, which I'm pretty sure is a synonym for jump scare in conservative circles. As I'm enjoying this festive display of fabulousness, I look around and I start to notice something. Straight white men go through a transformation when exposed to a surprise drag performance. Beforehand, I was standing around a few other straight white guys with their girlfriends, and they had a very relaxed vibe going to them, like devil may care, maybe a little bit of a hunch, you know. But at the first sight of that complicated contour, their backs became more erect than the priest from Little Mermaid. Those things straightened right up. See that, y'all? I'm as straight as my spine. Who needs chiropractics? Just expose straight white men to a surprise drag performance and boom! Posture's fixed. Their chest puffs out too, like when Patrick's trying to teach SpongeBob how to be manly. Tax exemption! You know when like bodybuilders and wrestlers get old and all the weight goes to their chest? Kinda like that. And it all happens so quick, like a dog when a doorbell rings.
Put your paws up.
And it seems like they completely tune out the music because they don't move an inch. They stand just as still as Biden on Juneteenth and almost as still as Trump during January 6th. It's like dancing and rhythm have become a foreign concept to them. You know, more so than it normally is. As the performance is happening, they randomly start looking around nervously, maybe with a shrug or two. It's like they're desperately looking for a football to spike. Like they're hoping to see a woman in her underwear to balance things out. They're trying harder to show that they're not the slightest bit into this than they ever will to remember their girlfriend's eye color. It's like they're trying so hard to make sure that their penis doesn't grow a single centimeter, because if it does, it's all over. It's like they're sniffing the air for any trace of axe to locate their fellow straight white man. And when they succeed, and they find their fellow straight white man, they revert to a feral state. Their uses of the words bro, man, and dude multiply exponentially. They behave like long-lost chimp brethren reuniting for the first time in 6 years. I imagine this kind of thing happens at a fraternity when someone successfully tosses a pizza roll into someone else's mouth. The drag performance continued, but off to the left was just this watering hole of dude wipes. A throng of schlong. It was like every single one of them was trying to play a one-on-one game of Red Rover. Big trucks compensating for tiny peckers ain't got nothing on the masculine compensation that occurs when straight white men are in the presence of a surprise drag performance. They go from a tolerant live and let live existence to a 2000s Bud Light commercial real quick. But it's not like these people were homophobic. I mean, most of them probably weren't. Well, maybe they still had some internalized homophobia in there that they hadn't completely gotten over yet, but they're still trying their best to be an ally. I don't know, I'm not a therapist. These are just people people allowing their primal straight white maleness to take over. So they feel the need to visibly prove that they're not attracted to the drag queens without flat out saying so as to not appear homophobic. So to my fellow straight white man, I say this. Not every art performance out there exists to motivate you to swift your tailor. You can enjoy the drag performances for the fun of them or the artistic merit. Not every sexy performance has to be enjoyed in a masturbatory way. But while they grapple with this, keep your eyes open the next time you find yourself in the presence of a surprise drag performance, for you may witness a natural phenomenon worthy of David Attenborough's commentary. Behold the throng of schlong. And when they succeed, and they find their fellow straight white man, they revert